Can I help you? Have you seen Johnny? It's time to film tonight's Preds fan reaction video. Oh, hey, Jersey guy. It's me. It's Johnny. I better wear this jersey while I still can because only the hockey gods know how long this guy might be wearing Preds gold. Everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets by a final score of 6. Yes, I had to use 2 hands. Nothing. On the back of a 4-goal game by number 9, all 4 goals primarily assisted by number 64, Mikael Granlund. The Preds remind an old expansion friend from the turn of the millennium who the big dog in the yard still is. The Preds start a 3-game homestand that will take them into the last month of 2021. Both teams getting their footing in early, both exchanging some solid chances until about 5 minutes into the first period. FOURberg with a shot. That puck had eyes over Merzlikins' right shoulder. It's in. 1-0 Preds. At that point, that was FOURberg's 3rd goal in 4 games since returning from injury, but he wasn't done. Hey Matt, buddy, I want to give you a run for your money in your goals per game race for the season. 2 minutes after he had opened the scoring, FOURberg has a great chance to make it 2-0, but he rings one off the post. Could you imagine, in retrospect, if he had gone for Sanko? Just over 8 minutes into the period, Novak sets up Nick Cousins so greatly, but he's stopped by Merzlikins. Even though Merzlikins would eventually have to get pulled in this game, he was giving his team the chances early, but he just wasn't getting the defensive help. Preds get the first power play of the game, but can't capitalize on it. Preds looking to break that dam open after they got embarrassed on the road against Colorado. And 13 minutes into the first period, Mattias Ekholm backhands it clear out of the zone up to Colton Sissons, who has speed, and he has a great 2-on-1, and Sissons passes it over to his other half in the herd line, Yakov Trenin, who beats Merzlikins 2-0 Preds. Oh, but we're not done. 12 seconds later, number 64 would prove that he has eyes in the back of his head because Granlund is at the sideboard and he can sense somebody amazingly is all alone by himself right in front of Merzlikins. Granlund passes it to FOURberg. He scores 3-0 Preds, his 2nd of the game, 8th of the season. That's it for Elvis Merzlikins. He is pulled in favor of Korpisalo. The Preds haven't had a perfect first, but they are still playing better than Columbus. And Tolvanen gets a great chance to make it frosty time before the end of 20. But Korpisalo makes sure that's all the damage the Preds would do in that first period. And the first ends 3-0 Preds. The Preds are still getting their chances in the second period, which is a good thing because, as the saying goes, a 3-goal lead is one of the most dangerous leads in hockey. But the Preds offense can't do it alone because about 6 minutes into the second period, the Preds have a bad defensive breakdown in their own zone, and UC Saros is counted upon to make 3 point-blank saves to keep the Preds lead at 3-0. Halfway through the second period, Columbus gets their first power play of the game. And even though there is strong defensive penalty killing and strong goaltending by number 74, it appears that Columbus has cut the lead to 3-1 just as the penalty expired. But hold everything, a certain whiz kid in the back, Lawrence Filoni, wants Coach John Hines to challenge it. And yes, he is correct. Once again, the wizard that Filoni is, that goal was totally offside. The Preds win the challenge, get the goal wiped off the board. The lead is still 3-0. Lawrence Filoni should be signed to a lifetime deal by this franchise. Under 5 minutes left to go in the second period. Preds still cycling the puck in Columbus's zone. Duchesne gets it to Granlund, who gets in front of Korpisalo, and he can't get a shot off, but he can see in the back of his head again as he backhands it to Phil FOURberg, and he taps it home. 4-0 Preds. And just when you think that frosty time was going to be enough, to satisfy this Preds team and the Preds fans with under 10 seconds left to go in a second before the clock can run out. Mikael Grenlund from the blue line feeds it to the buddy he's been setting up all night. FOURberg in front. He jams away. Is persistent. Gets it home. 5-0 Preds after 2. With those 4 goals tonight, FOURberg now has 400 career points as a Nashville Predator. Bayreuther and Janot get into a tussle early in the third period, and Tanner holds his own and makes it so that Columbus can't gain any momentum out of the fight. The Preds keep coming in the third. They do not let their foot off of Columbus's throat as Novak gets it over to Nick Cousins, who lets off a weak backhander that beats Corporcello. 6-0 Preds. The Preds reliving the glory days when these two teams would be in the Central Division together, and more often than not, at the end of one of their bouts, it would be Columbus down on the ice, the Preds standing over them asking, "Who's your daddy?" We reached the last quarter of the game with just one question left to be answered that Preds fans have wanted to see from a certain player 22 games into this season. Preds keep up the pressure until the final whistle, because that allows for 2 things to happen. The Preds not to get lackadaisical and to keep the puck away from Columbus from getting possession and getting shots on number 74. At last, the final horn sounds. What Preds fans have been longing to see happen, that have had a few close calls this season. UC Saros, on the back of a 27 save performance, has his first shutout of the season. Now that's the way you bounce back after getting your doors blown off in Denver on Saturday. As good as a team as Columbus has been this season, that was a nice win over an upper echelon team. The Preds have an even bigger measuring stick game on Thursday when the Boston Bruins come to Bridgestone. Fortunately, Pest Brad Marchand has been suspended for that game for a previous incident, so good. That means your voices should all be well rested to give a well-deserved standing ovation to Craig Smith making his first return to Smashville in that game. Unlike Friday with number 76 from New Jersey, I don't want to hear any booing on Thursday. Nicely done by FOURberg in a 4-goal game and a win. I don't know what is to come this year with FOURberg. Will he stay and resign before the trade deadline, or will he leave for greener pastures in the offseason? But the one thing I think I am pretty concrete in saying is, Preds, give him a contract extension before the deadline. If he takes it, great. If he doesn't, trade him. Do not risk another Ryan Suter situation. Get something for him and then see if you can get him to come back in the offseason. Regardless what happens by the time the trade deadline comes around, hopefully the hockey gods will bless us that he can break Legon's goal record before that day comes. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. He's given us a lot of memories, Preds Nation. But enjoy number 9 just a little bit more this year, just in case.